everybody. Hello. Happy Saturday, everybody. Happy Saturday. I hope your Saturday is going great. It is, let's see, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I've been busy for the past couple hours with my husband. We've been taking down our Christmas decorations, sadly, but they will be going back up later this year, so I'm not too sad, but at the same time I am, if you get what I mean. I don't know. Anyway, I really miss the Christmas season. It was only like 2 weeks ago, but anyway, it is super, super windy out, and I'm so cold. Like I said, we've been taking down the Christmas decorations outside, putting them away. I was in the garage for like a couple hours, and you know, the funny thing is I'm wearing these fleece lined leggings right now that I got for Christmas from my friend, but I'm still cold and my legs are like ice cubes. I don't get it. They're like really cold, and I don't know. Isn't it supposed to work? Aren't they supposed to be like really warm? Anyway, so really quick about my video yesterday, the different triggers video. I did get a comment on there regarding at 14:27 there was like a breath or a voice. Okay, so I had my husband play it back, and he says, you know, out of all the videos you've made, I've never heard you breathe in them. Like, so he seems to think that it is a spirit. I must say, in a lot of my older videos, I used to talk about a lot of hauntings that have been going on here at our house, and it could be a spirit. So, if you've noticed in my video yesterday also, my vanity lights were flickering a lot in that same video. So, as you can see, it's not doing it now. I don't get it. So something must have been in here when I was doing the video. I've had things happen to me here in the house. Things have happened to my kids in the house. My husband, definitely things have happened. Nothing bad per se, but just, you know, I get scared. Like, I don't like to go in my basement alone. It's not that it's creepy or anything. It's just, I don't know. And that's where my washer and dryer is. So there's times I make him come down with me. And there's times I just like pretend it's nothing. Anyway, going back several months, I want to say it might have been before the summertime last year, my husband and I went to go to sleep, and we heard like a baby cry, and there's no baby in our house, and we both heard the baby cry. So it must have been a spirit then too. My youngest son, he was in his room, and I think he was going to sleep. This is going back several months also. I don't really know the timeline, but he said he saw like a silhouette head hovering around. I don't know if it was by his TV or by his monitor, and he got freaked out. He ended up coming in our room, and he didn't want to go back to sleep right away. So there's that. And okay, my cat Taylor, there was an instance with him. It was over a year ago. They like to go in the basement. I do not know why they wanted to go into the basement, but they did. Anyway, he was down there, and I didn't realize he was down there, so he was down there for a while. I don't know if it was an entire day or whatever. And when I went to get him back upstairs, he was in like the room where my furnace is, where my husband says he sees shadows and stuff. And I'm getting like cold just talking about this. And he was sitting on my husband's weight bench, and he was like, he looked kind of scared. He acting very strangely. We brought him upstairs, and I got so worried about him because he stopped eating for a few days, and he would just like have these weird, he would breathe weird, and if you notice, his purring is quite loud now. But he's okay. He's eating, he's using the bathroom, there's nothing wrong. We seem to think that a spirit tried to get into him. That's what we figured would have happened. I mean, like I said, he's normal. He still wants to go in the basement for some reason. I don't know, but Salem tries to go downstairs too. He does, like when we open the door to come back up, he does sneak in there, and he goes right to that back room. I don't get it. Anyway, my husband hasn't been really going downstairs a lot lately like he used to, because he has his computer down there. He plays games down there, and he's like, I don't know if you noticed, but I haven't really been going down into the basement because he feels something down there too. He thinks it's a female spirit. And there was one time he was on his computer and he ate, I think he had like a Dunkin' Donuts bag. He had something to eat, like a croissant or something, and he crumpled it up, and the garbage, like its desk is here, and the garbage is like back here diagonal from him, like a little ways back. So he went to throw it in the garbage, and I guess he missed the garbage, and it landed on the floor. So he didn't think anything of it. A few minutes went by, and the bag ended up on the floor by him, like something threw it back towards him. So I think, yes, maybe it could be a female spirit, like telling him, pick up your crap and throw it in the garbage, you know. But yeah, that's creepy. Anyway, like I said, things have happened to my daughter, my son. Like, they would hear crying, they would hear like an arguing, like in the basement, like a man and a woman's voice. You can't really tell what they're talking about, but he would be yelling, and the woman would be crying. So they both have heard it. And my husband said that the spirit sometimes it feels like when he sees it, just glance back because he feels something. It's almost like it's looking up at the ceiling, and my daughter's room is right above that part of the basement. So he seems to think they like my daughter, like they like watch out for my daughter or something. I don't know. Or maybe they like to hear her sing. My daughter has a beautiful voice. She could sing pretty good. So it could be that. And I've had something happen to me. This is going back a year or so ago, where I was in my oldest son's room, which is right across from my daughter's room. And the only ones home at the time were me, my daughter, and my youngest son. His room is right next door to her room. And I was in the room putting some laundry away, and I heard like something metal, something heavy, like drag across like a cement floor or something. I went to my daughter and I said, was that you? She's like, Mom, no, what are you talking about? So I got freaked out, and I'm like, oh, well, maybe my husband came home. Maybe he's home and he's in the basement and he's like working out or something. So I have a camera in my garage and a camera downstairs. I went on the camera downstairs. There's nobody down there. And then I went on the camera in the garage. My husband's car was not home yet, so he wasn't there yet. So that's crazy. And that noise happened to one of my kids too, with the dragging of something. Anyway, so what else could it be, you know? And I'm trying to think of other instances that have happened. Several have happened, with my kids mainly, and my husband mainly. I try to just pretend it's nothing. I try to come up with these logical explanations what it could be. And, yeah, I don't know. So, as you can see, my lights have not flickered there's times I go into the basement and I get this like, it's like a cold feeling and I get chills like sometimes when I go down there, like, you know, like you feel chills and it like goes up your spine, like your head, like the back of your head or whatever. I feel that sometimes when I go down there. And I don't know, but like when we go to sleep at night, sometimes it'll sound like we have a TV on the wall here. It'll sound like there's like a tapping sound on the TV, or you know, like when you turn your TV off and like it sounds like it's settling or whatever. And we didn't even watch the TV. It's like a tapping sound. My husband calls it a tapping sound. He'll hear it on one part, and then he'll hear it tapping over on the other side of the room. I said, well, maybe they want to do ASMR too. Maybe they want to be famous. I don't know. I know it's pretty silly to think that, but you never know. I mean, yeah, so I'm trying to think of all the spooky things that have happened. Okay, here's another instance. This is going back a couple years. It was for one of the holidays. I don't know if it was our New Year's Eve party or something. It might have been a New Year's Eve party we had at our house. And my son was probably 8 at the time, and my nieces, they wanted to go down into the basement and play like on a couple of our arcades that we have down there. And they like went as far as going down to the door, and just before they opened the door, it was like a big banging sound, and we heard it upstairs. Like I heard it, I was washing dishes at the time, and I'm like, what is that sound? And my husband's like, I don't know. And the kids ran up the stairs. They were so scared, so they didn't go down there. So my husband went to check it out, and there was nothing there. But every once in a while you hear that bang sound, and we're like, we don't know what it is. I don't know what else. There's a bunch of things that I know I'm missing them because, like I said, not much of it happened to me. It was more them than me. Like my oldest son, he was home. This is like last summer. Not last summer, the summer before. I was at work and he was home. And he heard like something, some kind of racket in the basement. I don't know what it was. I think it was like, he keeps talking about this man and this woman arguing, so I don't know if it was that. And then I think he had his music on or whatever. He turned it down, and he heard he was coming out of his room down the hallway, and like he didn't go in the kitchen, but the way it's set up is, okay, so right outside my door here, there's like a hallway, and then you go down a step, there's the back door, but when you go down, there's a set of stairs to go into the basement, so the basement's right under. There's a door there, you go into the basement. So he was in the kitchen, over here in the kitchen, like looking through the kitchen, and he heard like a door slam, and then he heard this running up the stairs. He got freaked out and he ran into his room and he closed the door, and he says it sounded like it was in the hallway, like outside of his bedroom, and he would not open it. He called me, and he didn't want to open his bedroom door. He didn't want to see what was going on. He called me at work, and you could tell in his voice, it was like shaky, like something really scared him a lot. So, you know, I don't think he would make that up. You can't, I don't think anybody can make that up, especially with the shakiness in the voice or whatever. So, I don't know. So, I don't know. I think whatever it is, or how many spirits, whatever it is, I think, you know, with my video yesterday, with that breathing sound that was heard, and the lights flickering, they're trying to possibly get a message out. I don't know, or maybe, like I said, they want to do ASMR too. I don't know. I know it's kind of far-fetched, but anyway, my friend says we can always always do sage, but I don't know if I want to do that. Like,